the top sentence. If Kenya strived for only 0.5% of that huge global market, we would come up with 230 billion new money.
Dr. Lagat, who will guide us in this first session of the program. Karibu sana.
Thematic areas in NMK Strategic Plan 2023-2027 and Kenya's Vision 2030 fourth medium-term plan for 2023 to 2027. As part of the efforts to accomplish the heritage-based enterprises agenda, the government funded the Indigenous Knowledge Documentation and Digitalization project that was rolled out as Phase 1 in 2023-2024 in 13 counties, as earlier mentioned. I will repeat again for the emphasis: Garissa, Kakamega, Kericho, Kilifi, Kisii, Makueni, Marsabit, Murang'a, Narok, Siaya, Tharaka Nithi, Turkana, and Vihiga. Your Excellencies and distinguished participants, under the IK-DODI project, an Indigenous Knowledge Management System, IKMS, comprising of 13 county digital repositories, interlinked to a national digital repository located at National Museums of Kenya, was designed and developed by Kenyan software engineers. The IKMS has been deployed to document multiple and diverse indigenous knowledge, intellectual assets under the 5 categories, namely traditional foods and local cuisines, traditional medicines and local remedies, indigenous technologies, heritage sites and cultural tourism, and performing arts and creative economy. The overall objective of the project was to advance protection, promotion, and valorization, that is, value addition, of Kenya's indigenous knowledge, intellectual assets. Specifically, the project implemented Section 8, Subsection 3 of TK and CE Act 2016, amended in 2018, that obligates the national government to establish mechanisms for a digital repository for indigenous knowledge and cultural expressions that are documented and registered by county governments. We are looking at the future. The national government is establishing this sovereign wealth fund to manage revenues from natural resources, which includes petroleum and mining. And the proceeds from these assets will be put in that fund so that we can use what we can use at this time, but ensure that we keep some for the future generation. And why I picked on this is, my mind has been brought to say, at this particular time, these people who are in this room, we have been chosen, the 13 counties who are here. You are the first ones who have been marked so that we can be able to lead the rest of the counties. And 2, those of us who are here, the scientists who are here, you are the ones who are to bring out those natural products, document, market, let it reach the people who are here now, and the future generations, especially in terms of our foods, in terms of the medicine. The overall objective of the project was to advance protection, promotion, and valorization, that is, value addition, of Kenya's indigenous knowledge, intellectual assets. Specifically, the project implemented Section 8, Subsection 3 of TK and CE Act 2016, amended in 2018, that obligates the national government to establish mechanisms for a digital repository for indigenous knowledge and cultural expressions that are documented and registered by county governments. Your Excellencies and distinguished participants, this has resulted in the establishment of an Indigenous Knowledge Innovation Bank, Inc. I think you heard it, eh? That's a very important thing because it will remind you for a long time. Inc. Bank, as the final product, which is a key milestone for our country. Distinguished guests, these efforts aim to support cottage industries through promotion of indigenous products, value chains in the national and county government-funded county government funded county aggregation industrial parks and contribute directly to the attainment of the bottom-up transformation agenda development priorities. Your Excellencies, to kickstart the product development and commercialization of the prioritized indigenous knowledge intellectual assets, the first International Investment Conference and Trade Fair has been organized to be held in Murang'a County, which will run from 21st to 23rd of April 2026. When you go there as a tourist. In fact, they call us, what do they call us? Medical tourists. As we call visitors to come to this country as for tourism. And my brother from Masai Mara, from Narok, knows that very well, that all the visitors that we get, we dance to them, we expose the Ushanga initiative, how we eat, the happier part. But when we are going to India, and I'm not specifically talking about India, I'm talking about what we go to do there. I am one of them who has gone there. You are being referred to as a tourist, yet you are going there not as a tourist, but as a patient. How about if all the ambassadors in this room own this program, and we all agree, with the help of God, that we are going to use this time to be able to come up with solutions which are making us to go outside our country as sick tourists.
This initiative is a strategic milestone in our journey towards recognizing, protecting, and commercializing Kenya's rich indigenous knowledge as a viable economic asset. Across our counties, indigenous knowledge already underpins the livelihoods, resilience, and local economies, often informally and without structured protection or value addition. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate the efforts by the National Museums of Kenya through the IK Dodi project that has documented and digitized invaluable assets in 5 thematic areas in 13 pilot counties. The 5 thematic areas are traditional foods and local cuisines, performing arts and creative economy, indigenous technologies, traditional medicine, heritage and cultural tourism. Under the 13 counties represented also here today are Garissa, Kakamega, Kericho, Kilifi, Kisii, Makueni, Marsabit, Murang'a, Narok, Tharaka Nithi, Turkana, Siaya, and Vihiga. I hope they are all here. I therefore challenge the National Planning Committee to ensure that the counties are adequately supported to showcase clear investment-ready products. I also want to encourage the counties not to be just participants, but to be co-owners of this agenda. We should also bring on board particularly the youth and women who form over 60% of actors in cultural and natural product value chains.
Open up a new growth of the economy, new opportunities, new money, through tapping into those unique assets. And by creating synergy with science, and I know we live in the current times, and the rules of the game is that some of that knowledge that we have known and practiced needs to go through some sort of scientific validation. So we have to do that because the people we're expecting to partake of our products from our key assets will only do that if we follow that universal route. So you create synergy with science and business expertise. So indigenous knowledge, we're connecting with science and business expertise. So globally, this industry is huge. Those numbers, let me just translate very quickly. USD 513 billion and growing. If you convert that at a modest rate of 100 shillings to the dollar, that's about 51 trillion Kenya shillings. Our current national budget for this country is about 4 to 5 trillion. So it means the money from this industry would run the economy of Kenya for 12 years without having to look for money from anywhere else. That's how huge this thing is. Natural products industry globally is a huge industry. Huge industry. And it's revealed in many different ways. Go to any supermarket in most of our towns in this country. Go even to the grassroots towns. You are going to find these products there. But the sad thing is, those products are from outside. Our Cabinet Secretary has referred to that. His Excellency Nadif Jama has referred to that. Our board chair, our Director General have referred to that. It's a sort of state of affairs. You know, I've now had Sikh tourists from our Cabinet Secretary. We have to reverse it. We also want to be Sikh and be tourists in our own country. Okay? And treat ourselves here. Now, this is the basic concept. So, Natural Products Industry Initiative in our country